Imagine a golden tablet, written by no human. Found in the ruins of an ancient city that was once the heart of the world. This tablet cannot be burned, it cannot be destroyed. Because perhaps, this tablet was written by the hands of the Anunnaki. Creatures from the sky, who came before written history. And now, the tablet foretells our doom. In 1901, under the scorching sun of the Iraqi desert, an English archaeologist named William Turner excavates the site of ancient Uruk. He expects to find a clay tablet, as usual. But this time, his pick strikes solid metal. Buried in the rubble of mud bricks, he sees a glint of gold. No ordinary artifact, this is a gold tablet the size of 2 palms. Cold, solid, and unlike any metal known at the time. He quickly wraps it up and records his discovery. However, the tablet is never officially reported to the archaeological establishment. Turner is instead told to keep quiet by the excavation sponsor, the British Museum. The tablet was transported secretly to England via merchant ship. Not listed in the museum catalogue, not displayed, not reported. It was kept in a special basement for high-risk artifacts. Several curators claimed to have seen it, but no one was allowed to touch it twice. The symbols on it were strange, not the typical Sumerian cuneiform script. Instead, they were spirals, double lines, and triangular patterns. Some said it looked like an ancient circuit. Rumors of the tablet's existence began to circulate among underground scientists. In 1938, a German researcher claimed to have photographed it. But 2 weeks later, he disappeared without a trace in Istanbul. The photographer also never returned from a trip to India. Since then, the golden tablet has been called a cursed artifact. But not because of magic, but because of its power to change the way humans view their origins. Turner died in 1949, never giving an interview about his discovery. His field notes on the golden tablet are missing from the official archives. But his grandson, Professor Henry Turner, has a copy of the manuscript. The contents of the note were shocking. This tablet seemed to speak in a dream. I felt like I was being watched. Henry kept the manuscript for 40 years. It wasn't until 1994 that he leaked it to an alternative archaeology forum. The only visual copy of the tablet was leaked in a closed forum in 2003. The image is blurry, but it shows a symbol resembling a 7-pointed star. The symbol matches the Anunnaki seal in ancient Sumerian texts. In many myths, this seal is used only by the Watchers of the Heavens. And why has this object been hidden for over 100 years? Some believe, because this tablet is not just a historical record, but some kind of ancient contract or agreement. A contract between humans and extraterrestrial beings. An agreement that will shake the very foundations of our beliefs. This tablet also has a physical oddity. It is unscratched, even by modern scalpels. It can withstand extreme heat and does not react to acids. Metallurgists say, this is no ordinary pure gold. Its structure resembles an alloy unknown to mankind. The big question arises, who made it? And why must it be made of an unknown metal at that time? Sumer is known as the first civilization. But how could they create something that even we haven't been able to replicate? Or, is this tablet not Sumerian, but the legacy of an older, more advanced, and forgotten civilization? A civilization that left behind only one message. A single golden tablet, whose contents could destroy or save the world. And that's why it was hidden. And we're only just beginning to understand. The golden tablet was no mere inanimate object. It held patterns and symbols that pointed to the world's oldest legends. The legend of the gods, who descended from the heavens. In Sumerian texts, they were called the Anunnaki. A powerful group of beings who came from the heavens and settled on earth, hence their name, Anunnaki. One of the oldest texts says, the Anunnaki descended from the stars, bringing law and light. They were not spirits, not supernatural gods, but beings with human bodies, but much taller and more luminous. They are said to have come from Nibiru, a planet that has never been detected. And Nibiru only appears in long orbits, every thousands of years. The Anunnaki are thought to have created the first humans through genetic engineering. As workers, guardians of the earth, and servants of the sky gods. But one day, they made a pact. A sacred treaty known as Me-Enlil. A golden tablet is believed to be an ancient copy of that treaty. The text of the treaty reads, if man forgets the sky, the earth will shake its walls. There are 7 symbols on the tablet representing the 7 guardians of the sky. The 7 Anunnaki each carry a single law: balance, time, will, light, progeny, fear, and destruction. This tablet may hold the first written laws, even before Hammurabi's. Sumerian texts like the Enuma Elish state, "Heaven and earth were sewn together by the command of the star travelers." Many think it's poetry. But what if it's literal? What if our civilization was built by those who came from outer space? And some of the tablet's symbols resemble spiral orbits. Then a binary pattern emerges, like a modern-day digital code. Independent scientists believe this is no ordinary writing, but a frequency code, like radio language. Most can only be read through vocal resonance, not the eyes. When the tablet is scanned with a low-frequency sonic device, a unique waveform emerges. The frequency is similar to human brainwaves during dreams. The question is, who should be dreaming? Or, is this tablet the dream itself? A recording of the memories of ancient beings. In the texts of Enki and Inanna, it is mentioned as a ritual for the union of heaven and earth, depicted as a golden banquet and the sound of silence. The golden tablet may be an artifact from that ritual, a sacred artifact. If so, then touching it without permission could be considered a sacred offense. Perhaps that is why those who touch it once may not touch it again. Large eyes, a long neck, and a star symbol on the forehead. Not human, but not a monster either. Could it be the face of the Anunnaki? Or, a mirror to see into the future? If this tablet holds an ancient treaty, then the biggest question, is that treaty still valid? And if humans have broken it, what punishment will come from the heavens? Or perhaps, it has already begun? Floods, earthquakes, storms, all are written in the tablet's final notes. The text states, if the earth turns, the 7 guardians will return. What will happen when they return? And who will stand for humanity? The golden tablet is a door to a history untaught. It is not just writing, but a warning. That we are not the only beings with rights to this earth. And that the guardians of the heavens may still be watching from afar, waiting for the time to return to take what they once gave. After hundreds of years hidden, the golden tablet was finally rescanned. In 2019, a group of Swiss researchers gained secret access to the artifact. They used multispectrum scanning and sound technology. What they discovered defied scientific reason. The tablet contained a mathematical pattern, not just symbols. The pattern repeated every 7 lines, with geometric breaks. Scientists called it the rhythmic code of 7 stars. A 7-7-12 arrangement that didn't fit any calendar system. But if converted into a frequency tone, it forms a wave pattern identical to the delta brain waves experienced during deep sleep. This means, this tablet speaks not to our eyes, but to our subconscious mind. Some scientists suspect this tablet is a resonant information recording device. Technology we don't yet understand, but it's incredibly sophisticated. In the X-ray scan, a hidden hotspot was discovered. The spot indicates the presence of superconducting metal particles. Something never before found in any ancient artifact. Superconductors, in Sumeria? How is that possible? The logic of history begins to crumble. This tablet is clearly more than symbolic. It's active. When struck with a certain tone, the tablet vibrates very gently, as if responding, like a communication device. And then an image appears? Visual symbols and sound waves. Infrared light reveals planetary, spiral, and solar symbols. A code pointing to a specific star, Zeta Reticuli. A location also mentioned in 20th century extraterrestrial reports. This tablet is not just an ancient code, but perhaps a clue to the origins of the Anunnaki. One of the patterns shows a star formation identical to the sky 12,000 years ago, long before the Sumerian civilization began. This means that whoever created this tablet lived before history began. Linguists try to decipher the words in the pattern. One phrase that keeps appearing is, Namas Suduzu, translated, what you hear is yourself. This phrase repeats itself in a certain rhythm. Is this a message about consciousness? Or is it sound technology connected to human DNA? Quantum researchers then discover an intriguing connection. The pattern on the tablet resembles entanglement paths between particles. This means, this isn't just text, but a quantum communication map between Earth and something far beyond the solar system. The tablet is believed to be a signal activator, but no one knows how to fully unlock the tablet. Some believe it can only be activated at a specific time. Perhaps, when the stars align again as they were when it was written. And that time may be getting closer. According to star simulations, the perfect alignment will occur again in 2031. If true, then the tablet will wake up again. The question, are we ready to receive its contents? Or, will we be destroyed by a message we don't understand? The official scientific world remains silent. They call it speculation, fringe science. Full of conspiracies, but their silence only increases suspicion. Because behind the scenes, several major institutions are starting to purchase brain frequency scanning technology. And one prominent technology company suddenly buys access to the tablet's reconstruction. Why are they interested? Is the tablet not just a key to the past, but also a map to the future of technology and consciousness? Something we can't control yet, but can control us? And one final, undeniable fact. The code of the Golden Tablet remains unsolved to this day. In 2022, an Iraqi scientist named Dr. Samir al-Rashid gained access to a copy of the tablet. He was no ordinary archaeologist but an expert in astrophysics and ancient symbols. In his personal notes, he wrote, "This tablet is not an artifact. It is a living memorial." Dr. Samir discovered a sequence of numbers and stars on the tablet, which matched the pattern of the constellations Orion and Sirius in their 13-year motion. But there was one thing that made his blood run cold. The symbols spell out the date. What are the 7 gates? In the tablet's additional text, a terrifying term is mentioned, Day of the Overturned Heaven. This phrase appears alongside symbols of flood, fire, and windstorm. The tablet depicts 3 seasons occurring in one day. The earth no longer knows balance. The ground dries up in a matter of hours. The rain turns into a shower of metal. Then, a sound wave destroys the Palace of Light. The Palace of Light is interpreted as a satellite network or a global technological grid. Dr. Samir tries to share his research with the world. 3 days later, he is reported missing on his way from Baghdad to Erbil. His car is found empty in the desert. And his original manuscripts never made it to the public. Some of his colleagues believe he was eliminated because the prophecy is too close to a major world agenda. An agenda that doesn't want humanity to know that the future is being counted down. If the Golden Tablet is true, then we only have a few years left. The prophecy doesn't mention apocalypse directly, but it describes rebirth through destruction. A cycle that has repeated itself throughout Earth's history. And this tablet may be just one of many buried. As a warning to future civilizations, what should we do? Is this just an overblown ancient manuscript? Or is there really something coming from the heavens, and we're not ready yet? The Golden Tablet offers no solution. It only provides a warning. And the time to listen to it is running out. After the fall of Sumeria, the greatest unanswered question arose. Did the gods really exist? What does sky mean? The heavenly sky, or the cosmic sky? In some ancient reliefs, objects resembling rockets, airplanes, even helmets are visible. Did Sumeria interact with something more advanced than humans at that time? Some researchers believe the Sumerians may not have built everything themselves. They were simply constant inheritors of knowledge from older, more intelligent entities. The reliefs depicting the sky, stars, and galaxies are too accurate for the Stone Age. They even knew that Pluto was smaller than the Moon, even though the telescope wouldn't be invented until thousands of years later. Were they just guessing, or was someone whispering that knowledge? Some theories suggest that the Anunnaki were interstellar beings who landed in Mesopotamia and manipulated the genetics of early humans. Their goal? To create worker humans, Homo sapiens. The Sumerians referred to humans as creations to serve the gods. Is this just a myth, or a forgotten historical testimony? Modern human DNA even has unknown sections in its genome. Many archaeological discoveries defy conventional explanation. Remains of refractory metal near the ruins of Ur don't correspond to the Bronze Age. Traces of radiation in the soil near the Temple of Enki have left scientists speechless. Some say, traces of ancient technological experiments? But it was never officially announced. Then, why was this heritage hidden? There is a conspiracy theory that some Sumerian relics were transported by global powers. After the 2003 invasion of Iraq, the National Museum was looted. Tablets, artifacts, and statues disappeared without a trace. Was the removal deliberate to hide something? Or to analyze technology we don't yet understand? Why would the military of a major power be interested in ancient archaeological sites? That we are not the pinnacle of creation, but the result of intervention. That history is not a straight line, but a cycle of the rise and fall of civilizations. Some theories suggest that civilizations predated Sumer, even more advanced. Sunk, disappeared, or destroyed. Now, the traces are only symbols, tablets, and ruins. But for those who read carefully, there is still a message. The Sumerians referred to a time of destruction by the heavens. Was it an alien attack? Or a weapon unknown to us? We can only interpret, but the common thread is beginning to emerge. That human history is not as simple as we learned in school. Now, many researchers are trying to decipher the remaining codes. With the help of AI technology, 3D scanning, and genetics, we are beginning to uncover the hidden side of Sumer. But as we do so, new questions keep arising. Why weren't we taught any of this? Who decides what history we can know, and what we can't? Behind those clay tablets lies a message thousands of years old. About who we are, where we came from, and where we are truly headed. Is this just a mythological tale? Or is it a legacy of civilization, trying to warn us? Perhaps, we've been missing the answer without realizing it. Now, as modern civilization stands at its peak, we face challenges similar to those of the Sumerians. Climate crisis, inequality, war, and loss of spirituality. Will we fall like them? Or can we learn from their footsteps and choose a different path? Sumer provides not only a legacy, but also a warning. And in the silence of the ruins of Ur and Eridu, the whispers of the past still linger, ancient voices from cracked tablets, telling the beginnings of humanity, and the great unwritten mystery. This isn't just about history, it's about who we are. If you found this story eye-opening, don't let the secrets of Sumer sink into the dust of history. Share this video. Spread forgotten truths. Subscribe for the next story of civilization. Because, maybe we're not the first, and we won't be the last.